Hi everybody. Okay. So I'm sorry I needed a little break yesterday because I don't know. Sometimes I work a lot and then my body is just like you need to rest. So I think that's what happened. Okay. So the reason I'm doing this video bold extra is because I just had some more thoughts about the last week of bold. So I want to put it here. All right. Well, like I said, I think I'm finally going to get the reunion between Liam and Bill, although I think it's way overdue. Because if you remember, Bill told Liam that he's weak. So, and then he pushes him and tells him that, you know, well, if you really believe that, then you could go. And then he collapses on the floor because there's something going on in his brain, right? But we don't know that until later. And yeah. Okay. So then with Luna, I don't know. I kind of feel like um they didn't do it right because they wrote the character as a new girl gonna come in, and she was supposed to be with RJ first. Then I guess they didn't want to do that. And so then they made her bad, like a bad girl, because subsequently we find out she's related to Sheila, and then that part makes sense because, as I've discussed before, I think that they wanted Luna to be the chip off the block of Sheila, so, you know. And sadly, we found out last week that Sheila was the closest member of her family to her because, which I kind of talked about this a little bit before, but hold on, I have to back up a little. All right, sorry about that. Sometimes I forget the placement, so you can't see my whole face, but here I am. Okay, so you know, everything happens with Luna and Sheila at the same time, and Luna is the one who shot her grandmother in the foot, literally in the foot. Okay, so if it wasn't so tragic in the end, you could kind of laugh and go, shot in the foot again. Okay, but I say tragic in the end because um, they wrote it as Luna dies in recovery, right? But okay, going along with the theme of I think they wrote it wrong was because I wanted to cheer for this girl. I really did, and I did at some points. But then when I realized what they were gonna do with the character, I was like, well, that's not cool because they made it so the character is irredeemable. Meaning that no matter what they did to try to fix her or like make her whatever character, most people are not gonna like her. And the thing with a good, if they write a good bad character, meaning, okay, if they have it in their head that they're going to write a nemesis, right? A bad person, there has to be a redeeming quality for everyone to kind of like her or him, to cheer for them, or else if you don't have that, you don't have anything. And I think that they wrote her to where you feel bad for her, the fact that she doesn't really have a family or anybody to stick up for her. But then she does so many bad things that you can't say. It's like she doesn't have a family, but she did all this stuff to all these people. So that kind of takes over your feelings of sadness or whatever for her in my mind. Okay. Um But then if you want to, apparently they want you to think of the soap opera without her. Okay, so you completely erase Luna out of it. Okay, then you have to go in your head, where are they going to go now? What are they going to do? I mean, which characters are they going to focus on? Where are they going to go? What are they going to do with whoever? Now, Hope and Carter, we know, are going to get married eventually, I guess. I thought it was going to be a summer wedding, but apparently not, because we're already going to be July 14th on Monday, which gives us a little more than 2 weeks, and we're into August already. So, unless you plan on having a late summer wedding, I guess it's going to be fall, winter. I don't know. But then again, I don't know any details, so I can't really help with that because if I knew what the dress was going to look like or the wardrobes, I would say, okay, well, apparently they're going to make it later because the wardrobe is this. So, yeah. Okay. Then, let's see. Oh, they got to do something with Elektra, which that cuts off another thing. See, I thought they were gonna fully go into the triangle thing with Will, Elektra, and Luna. I really thought it was gonna go that way because I've been saying forever that Elektra is the way they wrote her is boring. Boring. She's too good. Okay. The problem with that is you say, well, okay, she's a good girl. What's the problem? Will is such a good guy that you have a good girl too. It gets really boring really fast. You need a bad girl or something. Or you need somebody with some edge. And I don't think the way they wrote her has enough edge. Now I've said this before. I liked the actress Linnea Grace. I like her. But the way they wrote her is not good. It's not good. Okay. Well, okay, I'll put it to you this way. As a viewer, when I'm rooting for the other girl to get him, not good. Okay, just not good. Okay. So then we see the moment, which I was happy about. We see the moment between Lee and Poppy, which to understand the lines they had on Friday, you have to understand the whole dynamic. Okay, the whole dynamic is Leah is the older sister, very structured, very whatever, and wanted Poppy to fall in line. Poppy did not fall in line. Poppy did not do what Lee told her to do. So therefore, Lee thinks that Poppy did everything the wrong way. And that dynamic is carried on through their relationship on screen the whole time. Okay, then on top of this, you put a child, and the mother doesn't give the child what she needs. She moves around from place to place. She's got no stability in her life whatsoever. And then she finally gets stability, and then they get rid of her. So it's like, I don't know. Okay. Bold writers, you got to do me a favor here. All right. If you're going to crash my dreams with Luna and just take her off, then you got to save Liam because you just have to. Okay. I don't care. I can't take 2 unalivings in the same amount of time. I can't do it. And you can't save him from a shooting to then unalive him from this tumor. I'm not going to let you do it. Okay, it's just not going to happen. All right. Yeah, okay. Then some more people that like why don't they have bigger roles? I don't get it. Whatever happened to Thomas Forrester? Okay, and I know I've talked about this, and I wait a couple months and I see what happens, but I have not seen anything, heard anything about what happened to Thomas Forrester in months. You got to finish that storyline here, okay? Finish it. Either tell me he unalived and we can see it. Tell me he left and he's gone to China. Tell me he finally married Paris and they're happy. Give me something. All right. Bye, guys.